Alrighty guys, we are back with another Supra video. So today we are going to be hardwiring the Uniden R8 into the car. I know you saw this last time when we were at the fabrication shop. So we're going to take care of getting this mounted. We do have a hardwire kit. Pretty nice kit. So it has a inline fuse in it, and then it has like a mute button, power button, and kind of like an alert light to it. As you can see, power, ground, and then obviously the power for the radar itself. So right now we do have a couple of options here to install. So let me get into the car for you guys. I know the lighting's kind of bad right now, but just bear with us. So we got a couple of these blanks right here. So we're thinking potentially if these pop out, in some of the Supras, we believe that they do, and others we're not entirely sure. So we're not sure about this one. So I'm going to take apart the dash panel. So this panel comes out first, and then this will come out with the BTI gauge and everything. So that's option number one. And then option number two is we have this little cubby, which already had a hole from the previous owner. So we're thinking about routing it there. If we cannot mount it here, we would like to just pop one of these buttons out and put it in here. Hopefully it'll look clean. If I can't pop this out though, then we'll route it here. Do not want to mess with any of these dash pieces because they are very expensive. But yeah, let me go ahead and take this apart, and then we'll see if we can pop one of these out, or if you do have to break it off. If you do, then we're not going to do that. So let's go ahead and start getting this taken apart. So as you can see, we've taken it out, and this is the one that's closest to the driver's side. So if you look here in the back, it looks like there's one clip here, one clip on this side, and another clip on this side. So I'm just gonna carefully try to pop this out. If it doesn't come out, I'm not gonna force it because these pieces are very expensive because they don't make them anymore. But we're gonna go ahead and try to pop that out first, and if we can get that working, then cool. If not, then we're just gonna route it through that center hole that I initially showed you guys. So let me go ahead and get this out. All right, so I don't know if you guys remember from the front lip install on that is no longer here. I had these old kind of like fang looking things that would go on the front, and I'm not using them. I'm in the process of getting a new lip right now. But what we decided to do, as you can see, is we kind of cut a square or a rectangle as best as we can with a Dremel. And what that did, so I was telling you guys earlier, if we can take these out, so we did. So we created like a little like beauty plate, because when you put in the module, it can sit nicely in there. Let's squeeze these to the side, and it'll sit something like that. It'll sit nice and flush, and then let me pull this back out. So then what I also did, okay, so don't judge, I just used what we had, but
I'm actually judging so hard because this guy got a fresh haircut and now all of a sudden he wants to make YouTube videos.
Here. So we used an old clamp that we had, like this, like one of these clamps, just a garbage one. But essentially I cut it up, straightened it out, and this is just some 3M tape just to see if it will work or not. But as you can see, kind of made like little brackets. If it works, it works. I mean, as you can see, it fit in there pretty well. So now I'm gonna take this 3M tape off and actually properly put some 3M tape on here so that we can make sure that this fits nice and snug. So if you do push the button, obviously it won't fall back into the dash or anything. And then we'll show you the process of routing all the wires and what we tapped into for the positive and negative, which will probably be the cigarette lighter adapter. Zaire had put a little while back like this 2 USB that also reads the battery voltage. So it'll be really easy for us to tap into that because we've already tapped into it once. So we're just gonna tap into those wires and then make sure that this inline fuse, everything is good, and then we'll test it. As long as everything works, then we will route the wire, the power wire for the actual radar. I'll have Zaire sit in the car and see where he wants the radar, you know, kind of up on the windshield, down on the windshield, or whatever position he likes best, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I know this looks like a mess right now, but we have this power and ground that was initially here. So this ground, we tried wiring to this ground, but it just wasn't a strong enough ground. So what I did was I wired the ground to here, and then power, I just used the existing power cable. So this is tapped in to here now, and it's all clean. And we tested all this wiring, and the radar works. So now I have to fish this wire, which is the wire that plugs into the Uniden. I gotta plug it and fish it all the way through so that it comes up somewhere around this area. As you can see, I got the interior buttoned all back up. I didn't want to bore you guys with putting it all back together because it was pretty much just the same thing as taking it apart. But as you can see, we have our button here, and with our little carbon fiber plate that we had made out of the fin from the BMW. And I just pushed the cable back, routed it all the way up through here along the weather stripping on the side, and then I ran it past this microphone all the way up, and that is now the radar. And then let me show you guys that everything is working. Go ahead and get the key on.
X-band, K-band, Ka band, laser.
And then as you can see,
GPS connected.
everything else is working as it was before. And then now we got our mute, alert, and power alert LEDs set up, and everything is good there. As you can see, is the carbon fiber plate. Came out pretty nice. I would like it to sit just a little more flush, but we made do with what we have, and I think it looks, you know, pretty cool without having to sacrifice any of the buttons, the blinks for the buttons, sorry. But this is now the interior, and then let me actually get out of the car and I'll show you guys what it looks like. As you can see, it's right next to the rear view mirror. So everything is now all set up in the interior.